What's up, Wargamers? Welcome back to World of Wargaming. I'm Isaiah, and today we're going to put a game of Dread Knights from the Forbidden Psalm universe of games. It's supposed to be Victorian Gothic horror, but I play it as modern Gothic horror. Before we do that, if you haven't considered smashing the buttons or checking out the links in the description, just consider it. That's all I'm saying. Just consider it. And let's go take a look at the board and the scenario and all that good stuff for this game of Dread Knights. Welcome one, welcome all, as day ends and another Dread Night approaches. Today we find ourselves on the dock as a mysterious ship named the Dmitry has come into port. Unfortunately, it would seem that there are no living souls on that boat. Doesn't mean it's empty. In fact, full of feral vampires who are going to just continuously keep coming at me for the duration of the game. We're starting off with heavy rain, which is really fitting, I think, for this scenario. Fog would have also been very fitting. That's going to reduce our range by 3. And of course, as always, Sam has his lantern because he's a fear to the dark. Luckily, it's not dark yet, just raining. Start off with Dean, who's going to move. And I may have said the effect of heavy rain incorrectly. Its agility tests, just in general, are at -3. And then we're going to pop a shot at this feral vampire that is on the boat. So in this game, in all of the Forbidden Psalm games, you're working with a D20. You're looking for a base number of 12, modified by the relevant stat, in this case presence, and any other modifiers, which would be cover, which would be -3. So I'd be +2, -3, so I'm a net of -1, which means I need at least a 13 to succeed. 18 is successful. So then we'll roll our damage. The D10 minus the armor of the feral vampire, which is 2. No damage. However, we do have these wonderful things called Bonds of Fate, which we can choose to use before or after we roll dice. So I'm going to use this one that says deal max damage with an attack. The feral vampires have, I think, 11 HP, so it won't kill it, but it will soften it up to help clear the way. My goal is to get to the center console right there and get the captain's logs. Ass is going to double move, go ahead and get himself on the boat. Going to set himself up on this back hatch, which I'm using as one of the 2 loot crates that I could place. So there's one there, and there's one there at the front of the boat. And Sam will move and take a shot. That is a miss. Bobby will double move to get on towards the boat because he's kind of slow. Up to the edge of the boat, and then Ellen is going to move and take a shot. Ellen will be even dice for this, +3, -3. Miss. That will bring us to the vampire, who is, I don't think he can fail, even if you roll snake eyes. Oh look, he's going to make it to Bobby. So what I'm hoping for here is that he misses and Bobby can smush him on the crack. Bad guy hits. He does not. Let's see if I hit. Now this is at a -3. -3 when you crack back. His weapon is strength. He's strength 3, so he's even dice. Crit. Crit will always deal max damage. So that will lay him down. Now, the vampires have hard to kill, which means to kill them, you gotta use a stake on them while they're down. And I honestly don't know if you have to roll to hit for that or not. I've been rolling to hit for it, but I honestly don't know. But I do know that it consumes your stake when you're done. I always re-up on stakes and ammo between games. That's where a large portion of my money goes. If you don't use that stake during the next monster activation, it'll stand back up with 1 HP. So, and they just keep coming in this one. So we got to try to get this thing and get up out of here. And so it begins at the end of round 1. 2 feral vampires pop out of the hatch on the front of the boat. And so it comes back to me. I'm going to start with Sam. Sam is going to move to the center console and search. This is a difficulty 10 presence test. We got it. So we're going to get some loot, and we're going to get the captain's log, which is our primary goal here. We're going to roll on the loot table, which is a D20. getting a 16, which is 15 shillings. I'll take it. Cass is going to try to open this back here, even though he's got a horrible presence modifier. Buddy. We shouldn't have believed in you, buddy. Next, we're going to have Dean pop a shot at that closest feral vampire on the boat. Pause. Minor adjustment. I picked that vampire up not thinking that I still got to stake him. That's fine. Just shuffle that around. We use the bats to represent the feral vampires in their animal form because they're feral, so animalistic. Bobby's going to use his stake. I'm going to use the dice to auto-pass a test. My Bond of Fate, that one right there. And we're going to get rid of that vampire and Bobby's stake. Dean will then take a shot at the closest one, which is in bat form. That will hit. Let's go. D10 on the shotty. 9 minus their armor of 2, 7 damage. That's a solid hit. So, Bobby had a second action, and I do want to use it. I want to move closer to the vampires. Not into contact with them. I just want Bobby to be the closest, not Sam. Right there. And then Ellen will fire a shot into the same vampire. That is a miss. I get a reroll. I'm going to use it with my Bond of Fate. That's even worse. It always is on a reroll. It's always worse. To monsters, where that first feral is going to move up to try to take a bite out of Bobby. We're going to use our dice to cancel a crit, or use our Bond of Fate to cancel a crit. Attack is a D8. A 2, and I think I have enough armor to just totally soak that. Indeed, have enough armor to just soak that. Excellent. Crackback time. I deserve that, I guess. So I dropped my stone hammer. That is what it is. Second vampire will come at me. I'm going to say that he can get to me. It's kind of a tight spot, but I think he's still within the necessary range. I'm pretty sure it's an inch. He does. He hits for a D8. 5 minus my armor of 2. That'll be 3 damage onto Bobby. Crackback. This will be with the wood axe. That'll hit because of my strength modifier. It's a D8. 1 damage. End of the round on a 5-up, we get another vampire. We do not get another vampire. In head-to-head, it's a 3. In co-op, it's a 2. In solo, it's a 5 to get another one. So we wrap back to me. He's going to double move. He's going to boogie on down. Almost out of there. Bobby is going to pick up his hammer and try to get away from this vampire. It's still raining. Now, this is one that I'm not sure about. Because monsters don't get modified by things like a crackback or stuff. But I think they should be affected unless they have something otherwise. Like, I think the rain would still affect them. I don't know. I'm not sure what the official ruling is there. I'm going to play it as not modified, but I think it should be. So he's got to test agility to keep me in. DR 12. He does. Let me see. Bobby is stuck for the time being. Cass is going to move into the mess. Take a swing at that injured vampire. Swingaroo at +3. Nice, Cass. That's a crit. That's going to lay that vampire down. However, despite me taking him out, he does still get to swing back at me. And we'll hit. 4. Nothing. Stuck in for the moment. Dean's going to have a go at that back chest. Presence +3. I got it without it, but we're in. Let's see what we get. 19. I think that's a pretty good. Receive a random item. I'm going to re-roll that roll on the treasure table because I don't want any of the items. 10. It is a butcher's cleaver. I would rather have that than a random item. Ellen is going to fall back some and try to take a shot at that remaining vampire. Try to soften him up a little bit. There, the shot will be at -3, so it just negates her presence for the shot. Still going to hit, though. For 5 damage after their armor. Okay. Vampire friends will go. Swing at Bobby. because Bobby is wounded, and they'll always go for the wounded model first. Swing. Hits for D8. 5. -2 for my armor. Goes to 3. On the crackback, I no longer have a -3 penalty because I have backup in the fight. Big stone hammer. That's a 6 + 3. That's a 9. Total, not enough to hit. Our second vampire will also swing at Bobby. He's going to miss. I still get to crack back. That's going to be a hit at D10. No damage. Womp womp. Vampire, we do not. To me, Bobby will try to move away. He succeeds. Hook up the gangplank. Gangplank. Cass, gonna try to break away as well. They fail. I rolled the wrong dice, but they fail. Running well away, and then Dean will follow suit with a double move here, and Sam will evacuate back to the car. How far our vampires can get, so for the closest one, 2 inches, so not close enough. 4 inches, also not going to be close enough. Pops out. It does. I am well off the board on my turn, making that a wrap before it got way out of hand. So I'll get 10 shillings from my guild, 10 shillings from my HQ, and 10 shillings from the scenario for a net of 30 shillings in the bank, putting me to a total of 52, which will be lower by the next time we play because I'll have to spend to re-up on all of my things, ammo, stakes, all that good stuff. 4 XP total, that's all I have, so not enough to do anything with, so that's going to do it for today. Thanks so much for tuning in, hanging out while we played a game of Dread Knights. I hope you have an absolutely amazing rest of your day.